There's little sign that the desire to preserve the honour of the family at all costs is changing, even with the younger generation. Here in Rotherham, one love story across the racial divide has had a tragic ending.
Laura Wilson was only 17, a strong-willed girl whose behaviour would trigger her murder.
Feisty. She had got a mouth on her. If she got something to say, she'd say it.
Laura lived in Ferrum Park, a mixed white and Asian community. She was only a teenager, but she'd already had a baby by an Asian man, Ishaq Hussain, known as Zach. He'd refused to recognise the child. But the boy Laura really loved was his friend, 17-year-old Ashtiaq Ashkar.
Ashtiaq were her first love. She absolutely adored him, and she were always on phone to him and he were on phone to her.
Already stung by Zach's rejection of their child, when Ashtiaq jilted Laura, she wasn't going to just accept it.
She decided to go and see Ashtiaq's family and Zach's family and tell them that she had relationships with both of them.
This is the area of Ferrum with the terraced houses. Ashtiaq's houses is one of those on the main road.
Detective Mick Mason took me to the area where Laura confronted the men's families.
Well, their reactions were quite vocal. An argument broke out. One of the mothers tried to hit Laura with a shoe. Laura coming around's not welcome within the Pakistani community. There was a number of meetings between two men, and we believe then that it was decided that Laura had to be stopped.
Three days after confronting the families, Laura met Ashtiaq down by the canal. He'd sent her a text. He wanted to see her, alone.
And this is the way that Laura had come from down by the railings down there.
It was dark by the time Laura met Ashtiaq down by the canal. Then she got a phone call from her mother.
I asked her where she were, and I said, it's about time you got home. She says, oh, it'll not be long, and that was it.
That was the last you heard from her?
Last I heard from her.
Within minutes, the police believe, Ashtiaq began a frenzied knife attack on Laura before throwing her into the canal.
I've seen many, many murders, but this one was the worst I've seen. The pathologist in court actually said that Laura had a number of stab wounds to the crown of the head. He believed that Laura had been subject to stabbing while she was actually trying to get out of the canal. The knife had been used to physically stop her getting out of the canal.
When Laura's body was found, Ashtiaq and Zach were arrested and tried for her murder.
I think it was about honour and about shame, is that Laura, in their eyes, had brought shame on the family by coming round, and their sons had clearly brought shame on the family as well.
Ashtiaq was found guilty of killing Laura and sentenced to 17 years in prison. Zach was acquitted.
I do honestly think it was an honour killing. Putting shame on the family because she needed to be shut up. They need to shut her up. And they did. That's what they did.
What happened to Laura Wilson shows that honour can be just as important to young people born and brought up here as it is to their parents.